Good morning, students. How are you all? How are you all? All are fine, okay? So we have started yesterday. We have completed 13th lesson. Today I am going to start the 14th lesson. So just we will have a recap that what we have studied in the 13th lesson. Okay, we have studied about market and marketer, isn't it? What are the classifications of market? Then marketer, his role, his importance, then his functions, all these we have studied about the marketer, isn't it? So in this chapter we are going to learn marketing and marketing mix. So today we are going to learn about the marketing. So we came to know, we know something about marketing, isn't it? So a person who is dealing with the supply of goods and service to the customers, so that we can say that he is involving in that selling activities. So what is marketing? The meaning we will learn. Meaning of marketing. So we know what is marketing. So all the activities that is carried on in a market. Okay, all the activities that takes place in a market in the distribution of goods and service. Okay, in the distribution of goods and service, that many that what can be marketed also we learned, isn't it? So the first two only we are saying goods and services. So what is marketing? Marketing means all the activities that is involved in a market in the distribution of goods and service from the producer to the consumer. To the consumer. So simply we cannot confuse this marketing with the selling. What is selling? Selling means just giving the product in the hands of consumers, isn't it? That is called selling. But it is not simply selling. It is something else greater than selling. Here he has to identify the product, and he has to identify the product, then the customers, the area where he has to supply the goods, then what is their customer satisfaction, their wants, whether his product can satisfy those desires, those wants. All these must be analyzed by a marketer. So marketing is little larger than this activity, selling activity. Okay, buying will not come. You can at least compare with the selling, but it is more than that. Okay. So when this marketing, that term marketing has been evolved, when this word has come into usage in the world, when it has come, what do you think? In this century, 21st century, do you think in that way? No, but this marketing has it has been evolved since the creations, when the human beings have been in this world. So they say from the time of Adam and Eve, this marketing has been used. Marketing has been used in the world since the period of Adam and Eve. But how can we say that one? Because marketing means we supply the goods that should satisfy the human wants. So the people Adam and Eve, they have the wants, isn't it? Their wants have been satisfied by some products. So either they might have produced, or they might have plucked from the trees, or from the plants, wherever it is. Okay, from the sea they might have fished some fish. So all these their wants have been satisfied. So we can say there itself the that word marketing has been started. So instead of saying that is simply exchange of goods and service, we cannot say it is simply exchange of goods and service, but it is marketing is something greater than satisfying the human wants. Okay, satisfaction of human wants. Let's say now modern marketing, they first fix the that human beings, what they desire, what is their wants, whether their products will satisfy the wants of those customers. Only then they will sell their products. Okay, whether that product is liked by the people in that particular area. So that is the evolution of marketing, when it has been started from the early age of human beings. Okay, as long as human beings have been in the world, that time onwards the word marketing, the meaning of marketing is involved. So we can say some of its origin of marketing and its development and growth, how it has been grown. Okay, we can say it has some stages. We can say the evolution, how it has been evolved in the world. Okay, this word marketing, we know very well in the early stage of human beings how they purchased goods and service. Before the invention of money, they had which system? Barter system, isn't it? So barter system only the first stage. We know what is barter system, isn't it? So simply they will exchange the goods and service. One product is exchanged for another product, maybe the service also. Okay, if they want to do any service, they will exchange some goods. Okay, maybe. So these products are exchanged, the goods are exchanged for some other goods. That is the initial stage, that is barter system. Then after this barter system, then the next stage is production orientation. Maybe with the invention of money. So once that barter system, what they have in excess only they can sell. Then only if the other person, the second person, if he is ready to buy, if he is he want to satisfy his wants, only then he will purchase those goods. That was the first stage. Second one, production orientation. They will concentrate only on the production. That means nothing else is concentrated, even the customers needs, nothing. Only the production was concentrated. That means what they have to do, they have to produce more and more. Large scale production was concentrated. Because if there is more production, only they can sell those products and they can get more profit. So in order to earn more profit, they have to produce more. Then maybe that time the population also has been increasing. So the big that landlords, that industrialists, they had a thought that if they have produced more goods, they can sell them in the market and they can earn more profit. That was the production orientation period. Then the third stage is sales orientation. Automatically it will come, isn't it? Because they have produced a large scale production. So now they have to sell them. Just to unless they sell, they cannot earn profit, isn't it? So they have concentrated only on sales because they have produced more. They have to complete the production. They have to give all the products in the hands of customers, either for less price or more price. They never worry about the customers' wants, whether they need or not. So here they were selling all the products. That they were worrying about the sale of the products. Then the fourth stage is marketing orientation. Here only the marketing is coming, because they should know how to sell them, isn't it? Simply they cannot go and cry loudly and sell, like the hawkers, they come and sell in the streets. Here they should give information to the people or the customers about their products. So here that marketing orientation has started by giving more advertising about their products. This product has some good features, so advertising. Then some people will be coming to our house to sell some products. That is called personal sale. They will appoint some people to go and sell those products in the market, to the customers' houses. They will contact them, they will call them, and they will show some demos, and they will show they will explain the features, the benefits. They will compare their products with the other related products, and they will make some sales there itself. And they are one kind of sales promotion. Okay, then again some large scale promotional activities they were done in order to increase the sales. Okay, to increase the sales they have invented this marketing orientation. Then next stage only, consumer orientation. Here only marketing people or the producers, they have thought, unless and until they identify the consumers, a group of consumers, they cannot sell their products on a large scale. So they have started to find out the taste and preferences, their wants, whether their products will satisfy the consumers' wants. So all these were studied in this consumer orientation. Only then they can increase their sales. Then as per the sale they can increase the production. Okay, then only then they can earn more profit. So consumer orientation has been evolved. Then after this evolution, the last one, management orientation. Even marketing must be managed. Marketing manager, so he is the one who will plan. We know about the manager, what he has to do. He has to plan, he has to promote the sales, then he has to distribute the goods and service distribution. All this must be well planned, and it must be done in time in order to achieve their objectives. So this, because not only that customers know now what they can sell, it is not at all a big problem. Whether they can survive in the future market, that is another problem for the that marketing people, that producers. So because they have to sell their products for a long period of time, so they have to plan. They will plan about the future. What will be the desires of the customers, their taste and preferences must be analyzed. Okay, any problems will be analyzed. Then they can have because this management orientation, so the people those who are in the marketing, then whether they do their job very well, then which type of customers they have got, and how to increase the market. For all these purpose, they have to coordinate all the activities of the marketing. Coordinate all the activities. So planning, promotion, distribution of the goods and service for the present customers, future customers, all these must be planned very well. So that is the last orientation, management orientation. Okay, so now you might have understood the evolution of marketing. Now we will learn the definition of marketing. Definition of marketing. Here we can say the first definition, marketing is concerned with the people and the activities. Just I will explain because it is not a question answer. Okay, so marketing is concerned with the people and the activities involved, isn't it? Because the people only do the marketing, people and the activities involved in the flow of goods. In the flow of goods, the goods is flowing, isn't it? They are sending the goods in the flow of goods and services. What they are sending goods and services from the producer to the consumers. From the producer to the consumers. Okay, all the people. So marketing is what? This definition is given by American Marketing Association. Okay, marketing is concerned with the people and the activities involved in the flow of goods and services from the producer to the consumers. Okay, one definition. Another one is given by W.J. Stanton. W.J. Stanton. What he says, marketing is a total system of business activities. The same thing. Okay, marketing is a total system of marketing business activities. Business activities. Total system of all the business activities designed to plan, price, then promote and distribute. What they will plan, they will price, they will promote and they will distribute what? Want satisfying goods. Not simply goods. Okay, want satisfying goods. Because any goods must satisfy the wants of human beings. That is why simply not goods, but want satisfying goods and services to the present and potential customers. Goods and services to the now the present and potential. Potential means the future customers. That is the another definition given. So here all this one also, all the activities involved, isn't it? The people and activities involved. Here it is said total system of all business activities designed to plan, price, promote and distribute. That means they will plan about the goods and service, isn't it? They will price, they will fix the price of the product. They will promote, they will increase how to improve the sales. Okay, then they will distribute the product. Promotion means they will inform the people, that public about the product and its usage. Everything will be informed. Then they will distribute the goods and service to the present and potential customers. Okay, another one is given as converse. Okay, here marketing includes those business activities, all business activities, isn't it? All business activities which are involved in the, as like the first definition, which are involved in the flow of the same thing, flow of goods and services from the production to the consumption. Production to the consumption. Okay, that is the third definition, just for your knowledge. Okay, now we will learn the next heading, objectives of marketing. What are the objectives of marketing? If marketing is there, what should be achieved? Okay, objectives of marketing. So in the initial stage, what we will think? So what is the main objective? Just they have to increase the sale. That means they have to supply the goods and service to the consumers. They have to purchase, only then they can increase their sale. And if they increase the sale, what they will get? They will get the profit, isn't it? That is their reward, we can say, only the profit. But in the modern marketing, we have some more objectives. Okay, that we will learn one by one. Totally 7 points are there. That is one of the 3-mark question. Okay, the first 3-mark question, so you should learn this one. Okay, objectives of marketing. First one, because for each and every plan, it is also like a planning, isn't it? Management orientation. So they have to apply some of the marketing policies. Okay, so intelligent, and all the policies must be intelligent policies and capable application of modern marketing policies. Intelligent and capable application of modern marketing policies. Because all these policies, that ancient policies cannot be implemented, it cannot give any use, okay, in the modern society, modern world. So they have, their policies must be very intelligent, and they have to apply it very intelligently, and it must be capable to apply. Okay, which policies? Modern marketing policies. That is the first objective, intelligent and capable application of modern marketing policies. Then they have to develop the marketing field. What is their marketing field? Whether they can have a particular region or one state or the whole nation, or their field must be the whole universe. So they have to develop their own marketing field. Okay, they develop the marketing field is the second objective. Then the third one, again they have to develop some guiding policies. Here the main policies. So here some guiding policies, and they have to implement them. And their implementation, these policies must be implemented. They have to follow them. They have to put into practice. Implementation. Why? They have to implement those guiding policies for a better result, isn't it? For a better result. So third one, they have to develop some guiding policies and implementation of them for a better result. Okay, now the next point, they have to suggest some ideas or solutions if there is any problem in the marketing. Okay, any problems, when they do the marketing, they only will come to know about many problems. So they have to suggest some solutions for problems of marketing. First they have to study the problems of marketing. Then they have to suggest some solutions. Then only they can increase the sale. Okay. Then again, they may not stop with finding some problems. They have to get some more information. From where they can get some more information? regarding the problems, marketing problems. Only if they come to know the problems, only then they can have some solution. Then they can they can suggest some solution. Then they can have some policies. They can implement them for a better result, isn't it? So they may not be satisfied with the problems they have. They have to find some other source to get this information regarding the marketing problems. Okay. Then the sixth one. Then if any shortcomings they have found, something is not solved, okay, any shortcomings if they have found, what they have to do? They have to revive those existing marketing function. They have to change. They have to change their present marketing functions. They have to change their marketing functions. What they do is not good. So some shortcomings are there, some drawbacks are there. If they have found, now here we have learned, they should get some more some other source to get the information regarding the marketing problems. So if they have found out some many problems and their function is not working properly, then they have to change their marketing functions. Okay, then after analyzing the shortcomings, then they change their marketing function. They have to take some steps. They have to take some actions to change their marketing functions. They can say this, they have to change this marketing function, but they have to take some steps in future. Okay, all these must be the objectives of marketing. Okay, so they first they should have some intelligent policies, marketing policies, isn't it? So not old one, modern marketing policies they must have. Okay, they have to apply intelligent and capable modern marketing policies. Then they have to develop the marketing field, whether it is that which field, whether the agricultural field or electronic field or medical field, then whether it is related to a particular region or state or nation, whatever it is. Okay, then they have to develop the guiding policies and their implementation for the better result. Then they have to suggest some solution for any problems that arise in marketing. Then they have to find some other source to get the information regarding any other marketing problems. Then if any shortcomings there, they have to revive their present marketing function, and then in future they have to take some actions in order to overcome these shortcomings. Okay. Then the next heading is importance of marketing. Importance of marketing. Okay. Here this importance of marketing is studied under two headings. Okay. The one is to the society, the another one to the firm. Okay, to the society. That means to the in order to say that one for the customers, it is said as a whole to the society. So what are the benefits we get? Not benefits, importance of marketing. That we can say it's a benefit also. Okay. If they ask us benefits also, you can write the same thing. Benefits or advantages of marketing for the society, you can write. Okay. So first we know, because marketing connects whom? The consumers and the producers, isn't it? So marketing is a connecting link between the producer and consumer. It connects the producer and consumer. Okay, because otherwise you see, for the society, if there is no marketing, whether we will get all the products that we get today? No, because there is nobody to connect what is produced in the production area we may not have any knowledge about those products, so we may not get, isn't it? So that's the first and foremost importance, connecting link between the producer and the consumer. Then, so because of this one, it increases the standard of living of the people, isn't it? Because if we produce something, we can find some people, those who need that type of product, and we can sell them our standard of living, our income increases. So automatically the standard of living also increases, isn't it? Then if the standard of living increases, because of what? Our income increases. If one man's income increases, automatically it increases the national income. The Indian national income will increase. That is another benefit, another importance. Okay, because why this national, that man's income increases? Because this marketing provides more employment opportunities. Employment opportunities. The society is getting more employment opportunities. Many people get job, isn't it, as marketing. Now you know that medical representatives, they do the function of marketing, isn't it? They go to the doctors and find, they get orders and they supply those medicine. So these pharmaceutical companies, they appoint these people, these medical representatives. So what we get, the people, the patients, they get the medicine, isn't it? So the lives are saved. Then again we can say this marketing creates modern cultivators. Modern cultivators. How can we say the modern cultivators? These modern cultivators, they know which type of manure we should use and how to increase the production with less expense, isn't it? Then that healthy products, how can we produce the healthy products? Now even because of the social media, everybody will know, isn't it? It's a natural manure, how to create that. We say no in natural manure, that இயற்கை விவசாயம் we say, isn't it? So that modern cultivators, they are more in number because of this marketing. They know, they will be telling how to increase the cultivation, how to increase the production. So it increases the modern cultivators. Then here that this marketing, only one place more production will be there, isn't it? That means the supply will be more. If production is more, what is the meaning? The supply is more. Then another place, what will be there? Demand. The demand will be very less. Okay. Then consumption will be very less. If there is no marketing, this only will happen. But this is balanced by whom? By the marketers. The marketing. Through marketing, they are balancing the supply and demand of the products. Understand? So they are so the next point is they are helping to maintain the economic stability. You know that supply and demand is balanced, isn't it? So this that economy is also balanced, we can see, because the where one place there may be that production. So in India we produce more. Okay, so in India, for example, I say, if we produce more, what we have to do, we have to sell this product all over the world, isn't it? Then only we can increase our income. So we are the developing country, isn't it? If we sell the products in other developed countries, our economy will be improved, isn't it? So we can say it maintain the economic stability. Marketing only maintain the economic stability. Or the developing countries and the underdeveloped countries, they can maintain their economic balance. If there is no marketing, what they produce, they may not be able to sell their products to the other countries. So because of this marketing, they could very well maintain the economic stability of a particular nation. Okay, then the next point. Here there are some utilities you might have studied, isn't it, in 11th? Utilities, farm utility, place utility, isn't it? Which type of product, then place, one place production, the other place consumption. Then time, production time may be one time, then consumption time may be another one. And possession, the ownership. All these are changed, isn't it? So it creates these utilities. So farm is created, place utility is created, and it is satisfied, isn't it? It is changed. That ownership is changed from the producer to the consumer. So that is that ownership is changed. Then another one, it increases the because of this marketing cost. If the marketing cost is reduced, what will be there? The price of the product also will be reduced. Okay. So the price of the product is reduced, then who is enjoying that benefit? Only the society, isn't it? So if the marketing cost reduces, the price automatically decrease. So that is the benefit for the society. Okay. Then at last, the last point, marketing adds value to the goods by changing the ownership of goods. Okay, from one person it goes to the concerned person, the proper person who needs that particular product. That is the very main importance of marketing. Then time of consumption, place of consumption, everything is changed from the owners. Owners means the producers to the consumers. Okay, now we will learn that importance of marketing to the individual firms. For the institutions, for the organizations, what are the importance? Main importance, it increases the revenue or the profit, isn't it? Due to marketing, what they can do, they can sell more products, so automatically it will increase the profit or the revenue. That is the first and foremost point. Then what is the second one? Here the marketing section, it is one of the function only, isn't it? So here the management, that overall the top management, here we can say many marketing management, then general management. Okay, so each type of one marketing is one kind of activity, isn't it? Then production will be there, then distribution management will be there. So here this marketing section, they will provide information to the top management. How it is providing that information to the top management, how much they have to produce. Only then what the marketing people only know how many products they can sell in a particular date or a particular period of time. So they will pass the information to the top management. Accordingly, this management can take decision regarding the production of the product, whether they have to produce more or they have to produce and store in a storehouse, storage or warehouse. Okay, so that will help the top management to take decisions. That is the second importance of marketing for the firm. So another one, main importance is innovation. Marketing and innovation, we have already studied. It is one of the functions of marketer, isn't it? Innovation. What is innovation? Introducing new products, new methods, styles. Okay, all these we cannot change because the world is dynamic. Change is there, isn't it? Change occurs often, so as per the change they have to change their ideas. So innovative ideas must be introduced in the business. So that is very important. That marketing they do, isn't it? And at last, these firms, they create employment opportunities. In the firm also they give employment opportunities to various people. Not only for the, you see, because of the marketing, if they have to sell more products, how many people they get employment opportunities, in the production field, isn't it? Then they may appoint some managers also in the production field, isn't it? If the production is more, then they have to transport those goods. Those transport people, they get employment opportunities. And that if the production is more, they have to maintain those goods in the warehouse without getting spoiled. So the warehouse people, they get opportunities. So it provides many employment opportunities, okay, for the people those who work in the firms. Understand, students? Today we have completed up to here. So I will mark and give the questions. One word I will mark later. Okay. Yes, objectives of marketing in page number 122. The evolution of marketing 121. Why the marketing is important to the society and individual firm. Okay, 122. Here, what is marketing? Here, I think they have given this one by mistake here in the long answer. Okay, maybe 2 mark. Mark this one. Okay, 2 markers. From here till here, then marketing is the performance. Up to these 2 points you mark and study. Okay. Okay, that's all. This marketing, this one, what is need for market, and explain the concept of marketing. This concept of marketing, here one diagram given, nothing can be taken here. So what can I sell? So here that means the production and related to a product. Okay, then that marketing. So I have marked this one in the guide that I will give you now. I will show to you. Okay, this question, what is need for market, and explain the concept of marketing from here till here. Okay, up to here you mark and study. Okay, students, thank you very much.